Hi everyone, this is Light here, and today I'm going to be talking about will the Mario and Luigi series keep going, and will they Nintendo make more in the future? Well, we'll be talking about that in this video, and also, before we get into this video, everything in this video is not how I feel towards the game, since I haven't played the game, nor seen any gameplay other than the trailers. This is just my thoughts from what I've seen from others. These are not my personal thoughts on the game as well. And also just my overall thoughts from the people's comments as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Will there be another Mario and Luigi game? Well, the Mario and Luigi games were always loved by fans. Heck, I loved all of them personally. The games had so much charm in them. The music was good, the levels designed and the worlds were all so extraordinary. These were also the handhelds too, which made it very accessible to people because with the Game Boy and DS and 3DS, almost every single person had one of them, while also the game being able to be playable anywhere you go. You didn't have to sit in your house and play on the TV. You could play it anywhere you go. Then Alpha Dream went bankrupt and Nintendo went really quiet on the Mario and Luigi series, making us wonder if they would ever bring back the series. Then in 2024, November 7th, they finally brought it back. But then when everyone got their hands on it and started to play it, quite a handful of people didn't like the game. I, although have the game, but haven't played it because I want to stream it soon. The people thought it was slow-paced, the worlds were generic, and the story wasn't good. And Luigi sucked in the game. I mean, this was a series a lot of us, and me including, have been waiting for so long. But now people are saying it sucked. This just makes you feel sad. I also think it didn't sell well because it wasn't on a handheld console, or because a lot of people probably forgot the series even existed, or that a lot of people didn't like the art style this game was going for, because of some people being so used to the art style of the 3DS and Game Boy. So it really makes me wonder what Nintendo thinks of this, because was the first ever game of the home/hybrid console. I mean, this game was also made on the Unreal Engine 4 and had a different art style than the other past games. Also, this was the first, like I just said, this was the first ever Mario and Luigi game on a home console as well. So I thought it would sell well, but I guess the art style and just what the public and Metacritic and all those other people have said about the game, I guess it just traveled around that people just was like, I'm not interested in buying the game, and I'll probably just buy the next one that they make. I also feel like that Nintendo kind of played it safe because this was the first game on the home console, along with it being made without Alpha Dream. I have heard some of the people have said that Alpha Dream people were part of the making of this game, but I don't know if that's 100% true or not. What also doesn't help is that probably since some people didn't like the game as much, they probably didn't recommend it to anyone else, and having a game being well loved by everyone and having all the people say it's good is really good for the game, because that could sometimes be a deciding factor if your game dies or not, or succeeds. I'm not sure if the people love the story or not, because I don't want to be spoiled of the game, so I haven't played the game at all. I just don't want to be spoiled, but I have seen other reasons why people thought the game was mid. But I have seen people's too where they love the game, but it's not as good as the past games, or not as like Mario and Bowser's Inside Story or Partners in Time, where those were really well in games and everyone loved them. I also heard that this game had major slowdowns and frame rate issues. That also doesn't really help, because this can make your audience think that the game isn't playable, or that they won't have a fun time if the frames are bad, or if there's any slowdowns or any issues of the game. I mean, that's really been the case for almost every Mario game since like 2020 or 2021, because of how old the components were already made at the time for the Nintendo Switch. I hope a lot of people probably saw the frame rate issues and probably thought that they could just get it when the Switch 2 comes out. I personally think we shouldn't have any more frame rate issues anymore, since we are getting really close to the Switch 2 and to the point where everything is able to have 60 frames without no problem. So I think the Switch 2 won't have any of those problems in the future too. The Mario and Luigi Brothership is a game that we all have been waiting for and excited for, but when we just saw everyone started saying it was mid or they didn't like it as much, doesn't help sales. I personally think that Nintendo will make more just because they know this series can sell a lot. And I think Nintendo also knows that they played it safe, and that everyone kind of noticed with the world themes were. I think Nintendo will make more, and that they will make the story and worlds and everything much more creative and push the boundaries more, and not be so safe. And kind of have a story kind of like how Bowser Says a Story had it, and have it be dark like that. Another factor could be that the marketing probably wasn't as good as it could have been, because I think they only marketed this game on like YouTube and Twitter, and I think that's it. Just because I feel like just those two alone, I feel like it couldn't have made it so just as well as maybe putting it on TV and for ads on TV. Say if people watching shows and then they want to watch and then they want to watch trailers and then whatnot, and then you see a Mario ad or whatever. They could have done that, but I know that costs money and everything. Another reason it could be that it didn't sell well, it's also because this is like the very last year of Nintendo for the Switch 1, so, or the Switch 1's life. So I think that could be a reason why. It's just because I think everyone by now has already like gone enough games that they want to play, and you know, the hardcore fans, of course, like me, are going to play it no matter what. But I think the casual audience, or just whoever, I guess, just don't want to buy another game just because they already have so many games for this console. So I think that could be a reason why. And also, what I meant by like world themes is like, if you go to like past Mario Bros games, you always had that, like the tropical land, you always had the beach, the sand, the volcano, the jungle, the like worlds like that are usually in Mario Bros. Well, now if you go and also like Mario Dream Team, if you go to that, except for the dream worlds, the other worlds, like if you roam around and you can go around and just find stuff in the world, I think also that also could have like been like not made it so well, just because in this game the Mario Luigi Brothership, I think, also had those worlds too, and I think that also didn't really make it sound as much as appealing of the worlds, just because they're generic, just like the Mario Bros games, and not Mario Wonder. I'm talking about Mario Dream Team. Like those worlds have always been, you know, those type of themes have always been in Mario games. So I think that would just kind of was like, oh, it's just a reskin of those worlds or whatever. It could have made people think that. And I think also they could have benefited also from like pushing this out and like on the Switch 2. They could have honestly waited for the Switch 2, and they could have possibly pushed this out and make it like polish it up a little bit more and upgrade the engine and everything and push it out on the Switch 2. I think they could have probably benefited from the Switch 2 sales as well. They could. I mean, we haven't seen it reveal or anything, but I can tell you right now, people would eat that up for the Switch 2. They will buy a Switch 2 just for that reason alone. And I think if they waited a year, I feel like the game probably could have sold a little bit more, and also the game probably could have ran a little bit more better and looked a little bit more better. So I feel like that they could have just done that, but you know, I'm not on the marketing team, I'm not a business person, so I have no idea. But I know the Switch has like outsold the PlayStation 2 just recently, and also and it needs to patch the DS, I think, and so I think it could have benefited it. It really did benefit the Switch in general, but I think they could have just waited until like a whole nother year and polish it up a little bit more and, you know, push it out on the Switch 2 day one. And they could have just done that, but you know, I'm just a person who, what do I know? But I also I also don't mind them. I don't mind at all. I actually love it that they put it out on the Switch, just because we get a Mario Luigi game on the Switch, you know. So better late than ever. So I hope they also make another one for the Switch 2, and not like 8 years and like later. I hope they make it like in the first 2 to 3 years of the Switch. I hope for the Switch 2, I hope they make another one in that 2 to 3 year time span, and not like at the very end towards the Switch 2's lifespan. I hope they make it in the like early to middle of the Switch 2's lifespan. So I hope they do that. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of reasons that games could have not sold well, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, why you think this game didn't sell well. And let me know what you guys' thoughts are of the game below, because I haven't played it personally, so I want to hear your guys' opinions, and I'll stream this game soon, so don't worry. And I can't wait to play this game. And also, I do love Mario Dream Team, but I do see a repetition of like from Mario Dream Team. What I meant earlier is Mario Dream Team had the same type of vibes from like of the world themes from like the older Mario Bros games, and then going to this now, you had the city, you had the sand, you had the beach, you had all those just generic themes of worlds in this game. So I think that also could have been a not as good of a selling point for other fans, but you know, I could be wrong. I don't know, but I do love Mario Dream Team so much. It's actually one of my favorite Mario Luigi games. Actually, are my favorite so far. I'm not talking about Brothership because I haven't played that yet, so I'll play that and then I'll give you my thoughts in the stream. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys in the next one. And as always, let's go.